tourists here.
Hi, I'm Bert, I'm German and 41 years old. The story of my life number 4 starts in early 2016 with a trip to New Zealand and Southeast Asia. Can you imagine, with 39 years, the first backpacking trip in my life? Three months later, I returned to Germany with a brand new perspective and heightened awareness of life on this planet. Already before this trip, I had a ton of questions about my own life and where I was going with it. Actually, everything was perfect, at least through the eyes of society. But somehow, I was not happy anymore. And from day to day, I became more bored, sad and depressive, in my golden cage built of expectations and never-ending pressure and responsibility. So I resolutely decided to end this perfect life and my successful career as a business counselor and made space and myself free for something new. Within 90 days I had completely signed out of Germany, had reduced my worldly possessions to fit in a 45-liter backpack, ending my comfortable life as I knew it, and made a spontaneous trip to Venice, Italy, buy food over the Alps. 1 month before my 40th birthday, I arrived in Bangkok on September 11th, 2016, with a one-way ticket and a plan to just travel and discover what was next for me. I traveled Thailand, the Philippines, Malaysia and Indonesia, staying in each country up to a month, immersing myself in the local culture and discovering my deep love of the ocean. In January 2017, after months of traveling, I settled in Rawai, on the southern tip of Phuket, Thailand, for a period of recreation and reflection on my journey so far. During this time I was connected with some wonderful people who gave me the opportunity to learn more in depth about sailing and diving, becoming fast friends for life. This is also where I met Elena, my partner, my new love, who I was pleasantly surprised to find shares a similar vision with me, and so began a new partnership of traveling and discovery together. More than ever, we understand what a great gift life is. Full of endless opportunities on a beautiful planet with so many amazing and powerful places to discover. We prefer to be free and independent than safe and responsible, and we love and enjoy our simple nomadic lifestyle every single day. Both Elena and myself sail and dive. We love to travel and explore new countries and experience local cultures. We love being near, in, under and on the water. A deep wanderlust grows increasingly louder, calling us to the most remote places far off the beaten track and crowded paths of mass tourism. After spending many years until now, traveling over nearly 1/3 of the world's landmass, it's now time for us to get acquainted with the rest of this beautiful blue planet as we enter the highest form of freedom and independency. I have in fact been sailing since 2008 and own 6 of the 8 possible sailing licenses of the German Sailing Association. By 2014 I had already crossed the Atlantic Ocean by sailboat, truly the best trip of my life. More recently, in September 2017, I trained for 6 months in the waters surrounding the beautiful island of Phuket to be certified as an IYT Yachtmaster and sailing instructor, up to bareboat skipper level. I'm currently teaching part-time as an instructor in one of Phuket's most established sailing schools. Furthermore, I regularly organize and skipper individual private sailing trips in the beautiful and exotic Andaman Sea, as I complete my Dive Master certification.
Hello, I'm Elena, I'm 35 years old and I'm native Siberian. Travel Frog was my whole nickname because from my childhood I was able to pack my little microscopic suitcase in 5 minutes and be ready for a new adventure. To a friend to the other side of the city, to the countryside for the whole weekend, or even to my grandparents to Kazakhstan by train, alone since my 7 years old. And despite this strong willing for traveling, I had my first ever trip at my full 24. Though I all the time said to myself, it doesn't matter when, it matters where I go. And that trip was the dreaming of all Soviet children. To the other continent, it was transatlantic flight, it was America, as we call it. And watching from the plane, like my native city became smaller and smaller, and finally looked like a toy yard, or like a colorful spots on a geographical map, I experienced so impossible feeling of delight and the kind of addictional intoxication that I wanted to feel again and again. So that's how travel addiction starts usually. You know, in Russia, usually the most interesting conversation heart-to-heart happens in the kitchen after midnight. And when I was a young girl, I think in my early 17s, I used to spend my weekends at my best friend's place. And we have this kind of conversation, serious conversation, all together, her, me and her dad. And one night we touched on this topic about what is happiness. And I asked this sophisticated guy, what is happiness for you? And he told me, happiness is to be sure about tomorrow, to know what will happen tomorrow. And me, as a teenager, still 17 years old, I was totally disagree with him. Because for me, happiness is absolute, to be not sure about tomorrow. It's total ignorance where I will be tomorrow. Because if you know everything, it's like, it's so predictable, it's so boring, there is no any intrigue. He told me, you're too young, you will grow, you will understand. But I'm 35 years old and I'm still sure about what is happiness for me. I already have a perfect life, a wonderful work, a decent career, a strong, reliable relationship, a beautiful apartment, a car, and a holiday twice per year. So in the eyes of society, my life was just perfect. And after the next step, a baby, it would be like, you reached everything what you can. But I all the time ask myself, is it all? Is it the ceiling I'm supposed to reach? So day to day I just became more and more unhappy and depressed. And 25 years old, I had my first crisis of middle age, let's say, and I stopped finding the questions, I just escaped into building my career. After that happened a series of events that completely changed my lifestyle. I quit. I left the company at the peak of my career. I quit the relationship. I moved to Europe. I started to travel. I started to make international friends. I made my first backpacking trip to Southeast Asia. I was observing people and I was observing what happens inside me. And let's say it was one of the most interesting parts of my life so far. Let's say it was a creative chapter of finding myself. And as the result, it were two things. First, I established my own jewelry brand, my own child that I developed with great love. I'm still doing this. And second, when between my travels I come back to my native country, I realized how much I have changed, how far from this now, how I feel myself limited there, and that I'm not any longer fit to the system. You know, when I meet new people, I usually divide them into two categories, innovators and conservators. So it's two parts, these two parts are very important for development society. While someone is traveling, learning, opening new things, the other part find their happiness in building a family, organizing their comfort zones. And these two colors, I will never understand. So I'm definitely, obviously, I'm an innovator. I love to travel. I'm a gypsy. I don't have home. I don't have many things. I live on the luggage, and still I find happiness in be not sure what will happen tomorrow. Be open for every possibility. Oh yes, I have a lot of questions and a lot of fears. What if a big strong storm happens and we will be in open water? What if I fall overboard and no one would notice it? What if the pirate attacks us? What if I will get seasickness while I have to be at the night watch? But the more I dive into the subject, less fears remain. Because after all, the more you forewarned, the more you forearmed.
You will not believe, but the idea of living on a boat belongs not to my experienced husband, but to me, a girl who even learned to swim in a public pool. On my 33rd birthday, we were chilling at the balcony and talked about the future, and I dreamily said that I would like to live on a boat one day and travel the world. My man was only very surprised and silent. A year later, he returned to this topic, but with a already prepared plan, to which I answered only an affirmative yes. By the way, meet our travel companion Guliver, who is the third member of the crew. He's almost 6 years old. He traveled with me half of Europe, survived several severe winters in Siberia, thus completely physically and mentally ready for new adventures. Although not very fond of swimming, but I think we can handle it.
In late 2019, Bert and me plan to buy a sailing catamaran. We will name it Lilliput. Liveaboard sailing and diving the world together with extraordinary open-minded travelers and ocean lovers.
Training interested people to become internationally certified sailors in authentic circumstances and inspiring them for a happy-making and fulfilling YOLO lifestyle. This is our vision, this is our project.
Welcome to Sail Lilliput.
Water is my element. I feel good there. This is why I sail and dive. Seeing plastic and garbage litterets throughout the oceans of the world and marine animals dying due to pollution deeply affects me and hurts my soul. This is why my mission will be to organize beach cleanups and spread awareness across the world along our journey, wherever necessary and however possible.